Hey, how's it going, everyone out there in the interwebs world?
Yeah, hello everybody. Rightio, Jay. Now you're going to come from crawling stage to walking stage. So first thing you're going to use is a spindle roughing gouge, all right?
Yeah.
Now, I've got 3 cameras set up here. That's the angle it hits at. You should have the tool rest adjusted so that the cutting edge hits just above the centre line, all right? Down here. So if this was a clock face here, it's coming in about 10 o'clock.
All right.
And the angle that it's held on, you mongrel, is straight into the timber like that, virtually. You can angle it a little bit the way you cut. If you're going this way, that way.
Yep, do that, yep.
All right, don't get it right round here. And if it starts at that angle there, it's got to continue at that angle. And the only way you can do that is by swaying your body. So you put the handle against your hip, you put your left foot almost your left and right feet are parallel with the lathe, and you sway backwards and forwards. This hand doesn't pull it, and you don't sweep it round with your other hand, all right?
Yep.
Rightio. You get yourself up. Yep, go on.
I was going to say, I think I put my dancing shoes on today, but I'm not sure, eh?
Well, you'd better have, because you're going to be doing a lot of it. And it ain't the waltz.
Oh, man. Oh, Dr. Bob has arrived. How you going, Dr. Bob?
Doing fine. You caught me in the wrong room to be online.
Oh.
How are you, Bob?
Good.
Just so long as it isn't the bathroom, you're fine.
Yep. That's not the room you want to be online, though. I know some people that get together and they're in their saunas and or jacuzzis, and they have an online program between their jacuzzis during the day.
Oh, some people have all the luck, eh?
Yeah.
Bit too cold for jacuzzis out here at the moment.
Well, the water is always hot. I've been in jacuzzis when it's been 8, 10 below.
I don't do jacuzzis anymore.
Remember, start from one end, Jay, not from the middle. And work towards the outside.
Teaching them to dance again?
Yeah, we're teaching him to walk now. So you can start running.
Well, at least around here, it's the Turner's dance.
Yeah, I call it the laid tango.
I used to tango as a kid. My mother wanted me to have dance lessons, and the foxtrot, the waltz, the tango, the cha-cha.
I was second in the Southeast Asian Pacific Championships in 1965 for the tango.
Ah. Got pictures of you at that age?
They're around somewhere.
You must have been a debonair person.
We never had many photos taken because photography was too expensive. My parents couldn't afford it. Now, drop your handle down, Jay. You look to have the handle too high. Jay, drop your handle. Can you hear me, Jay?
I dropped my handle, and you said, "Are you listening?" So I dropped it more, and then you yelled, "Are you listening?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah."
It doesn't look like you've got the handle low enough. How low's your tool rest?
as low as it will go.
Right. Well, all right. Just leave the mic on and turn for a minute so they can hear it. No, that sounds like it's scraping. It's not cutting. Drop your handle down lower. Lower again. And you're still pulling with your right hand. Just get it down to round. A bit further.
Sharpen.
Right. Yeah, sorry, Bob. No, I haven't. There's not many photos of me growing up, actually, because, as I said, our family couldn't afford the film and everything.
I remember my first camera was a box Brownie. Took 127 film.
Wow.
My first movie camera that was realistic was given to me by my great uncle, and it was like 16, and it was a Bolex Rex 5 16 millimeter that he'd had with a turret, 3 lenses on the turret. You had to wind it up.
Gentlemen, I'll be back in just a minute.
Yeah, no worries, Flair. No, work towards where you cut it, Jay. No. There. Now work towards the tailstock. Drop your handle.
Come here.
Drop the handle again.
Up. Riley, get up here. Come on. Come on. Come on, lay down.
Jesus, Blair, I hope you're talking to your dog and not your wife.
That was Dr. Bob talking.
Oh, you're talking to your dog, Bob.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Just
I thought it was Blair.
Sitting on the foot of my bed and whining, and I tell him, "Come on," because he likes to lay on the diagonal corner from where I sleep. And then in the middle of the night, he's always pushing me out of bed.
Jay, just try dropping the handle further. G'day, Steve, everybody.
Huh?
Steve Coombs is in.
How you going, Steve?
Now, don't jump, Jay. I'm about to start my lathe up, all right?
Yeah.
Right, just switch yours off a minute and put me back on the camera again. Okay, now try this. See the angle that's on? It's 45 degrees. Put it above the work, come up and slide it back, keeping the bevel and everything rubbing until it just starts cutting. That'll tell you the correct place to put it, all right? Can you see that? And to make it cut deeper, you just lift the handle a little bit. Rightio, put yourself back there.
I didn't realise I had myself on mute. I was agreeing with you.
Oh, yeah. Right, that's where it should be. And if you tuck it against your side, you've got full control over it then. Like you're tending to put your hand out away from your body.
Yep.
Your left hand.
Yes.
Now start working back towards the headstock. Hear the difference in the sound?
Yeah.
Rightio, just get that all down to round. It's good, yeah?
No. Yeah.
Rightio. Just wait a second. I'm going to sip on my cup of tea and I'm rolling a cigarette as well. So.
Yeah, no worries.
Right, now, is your skew chisel sharp?
I'll just sharpen it. I won't even answer that.
Good.
So what was in your shop today that you were making?
Who, me?
Yeah. You're the pro.
Yeah, I'm doing it's a love job, actually. It's my sister-in-law's birthday on Sunday, and I'm making a hall cabinet for them.
Yeah, a honeydew project.
Yeah, that's it. Rightio, now, Joe. This is one you seem to have a lot of trouble with for some reason. Skew chisel I want. Now, you've got to use the extreme point here, okay? And it comes in right there. What you tend to do is put it down here. And it's trying to remove too much material. So put it up in there and just And again, it's at right angles to the work. See where it's cutting? If you start getting it cut down here, you're just trying to push it too hard. So just use the extreme point of it and lift the handle up and slide it forward, all right?
Yep.
You're going to make a V cut. Right, put it back on the on the star of the show.
Oh, well, you want me to move it from you?
Well, you're the star today.
The half starter. All right. So.
Now, isn't that easier?
Yeah, when I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. Yeah.
Well, you should always be paying attention to what you're doing when you're turning. It's a good way to have an accident if you don't.
Yeah, sharp, pointy tools don't help when you get hurt.
No, that's right. Right. Now we get to the fun bit, Jay.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Told you, didn't I, Blair?
Yep.
Well, you wouldn't think that little bit of steel with a point on it could cause grown men to cry. And it's not because it inflicts any wounds on anybody either. Right, now, Jay, what you're going to do, just put me up on camera again for a second, please.
Yeah.
I'll just finish roughing this down.
Holy cow, now that's a rougher. Whew.
Small camera, big roughing gouge makes it look even bigger.
Looks like half a pipe.
Come in about 20 mil off the end. Hold on, I'll just change camera again. Come in about 20 mil off the end. And what you're going to do is lay the chisel over flat on the rest and the scraping position. Put it up high. I'll switch cameras again. Put up high, slide it back until the bevel just starts to rub and do a peeling cut up to that 20 mil mark there, all right? So you end up with this. That little step in there.
Yep.
Just move that. I'll move that camera out a fraction while you're doing that, all right? Okay. Right. Take me off. Take me off so I can watch you.
I am.
You might need to bring your tool rest up a little bit, Jay.
No, actually, it cuts better when it's down lower, funnily enough, on that particular cut anyway.
Gotcha.
Yeah, good night, Steve. You sleep well.
See you later, Steve. Thanks for coming in.
See you, Steve.
No, you've got to face the long point towards the headstock.
That's what I was doing.
Oh, didn't look like it from here.
Mine's the dodgy point, remember?
Sorry?
Mine's the dodgy point. I need to reshape it.
Now you slide it in and lift the handle at the same time.
Yes? Okay.
Right, that's not too bad, that's good. Okay, good. Right, next bit. Put me on camera again.
Yep.
Come in another 20 millimeters. Put a V cut down to the same depth as this one here. Now using your spindle roughing gouge, peel it off the same way with it. See how it's sitting up straight up and down?
Yes. Right.
Okay.
Hey, Yappy.
How you going, Yappy?
G'day, Yaffy.
I apologise if the beeping of trucks gets annoying. I've got the train line right next to me here, and they're electrifying it, so they're doing all sorts to it at the moment.
Oh, I thought your shed was backing out of the driveway.
That's tissue paper, Robbo. It won't work. It'll fall apart in the breeze.
Don't forget the extreme point. So you start high and slide it back in. Oh, still at work, Yarpy. All right.
Good thing you're the boss, eh, Yappy? Bust your workers watching YouTube while they're meant to be working.
Handle down low, Jay. Yeah, you've got to slide it sideways just to get rid of that. Now, no, keep it straight. Don't angle it to the timber. Okay, good. That'll do. Just smooth it out a bit. Move your body with it. Don't just move the chisel. That's better. Right, good. Now put me back on the camera again.
I found it easier if I stand on my tippy toes on my right foot, then I use that to lean back on. That's what helps me to lean back anyway.
Yeah, no, look, I wear out the insides of the soles on my shoes because I slide my feet along the ground.
Yep.
And that's exactly the way you do it. Now you should end up with a little bit of an angle on this because of the bevel on the side of the skew when you went in there to cut the V.
Yep. Mine's a little bit more of an angle, but yes, an angle.
Yeah, no, that's fine. What I want you to do now is straighten that up. So the way you straighten it up is get this angle, the bevel here, and just take it in, like so.
Uh-huh.
So you end up with a nice square shoulder on there. This is to teach you that the bevel is king. All right, just square that up first. Now, to get rid of that little lip there, just use the skew in a normal manner and take it out.
All right, I'm just going to give it a quick sharpen and then finish that angle.
Yeah, right out. That looked better, Jade. A shaving came out of there. That looked good. Okay, you've got a nice tight corner in there now? Yeah. Help if I can hear you.
There's a little bit more that I could take off there, but it's only right on the corner there.
No, that's all right.
It's got that angle on.
Yeah.
All right.
Just at the start of the cut. That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, this little trick that I learnt of getting the end grain so you can see where the bevels and everything are, like that, I owed to Cindy Drozer about 10 years ago. She demonstrated how to do that about 10 years ago on a video.
Yeah.
And I'd been puzzling for years how to show that particular cut. So got her to thank for that one. Right, now, just change cameras again. Where am I? That's the end one. I'm trying to figure out which camera I'm on.
You mentioned Cindy. Three of you going to sign up for her next class.
I'm not sure, Bob. Right,
Yeah.
just take it out a
I'll do
bit.
that.
Rightio, now, Jay, get your rule and a pencil and mark it out at 20 mil increments down there, all right?
Yeah.
Now, remember, angle the pencil down.
Yeah, I'm just sharpening it up.
Downhill like that.
Sorry, I just had to sharpen my pencil.
Got that done?
Nearly. Halfway.
Right out.
Yep.
Right. Now, get your skew chisel and put in a series of V-cuts down there. Just make them about 4 millimeters deep, all right?
Yep.
Don't forget, use the point.
Yep.
You put your camera back on again, please.
Hey, maybe tighten the tool lash would be good.
That always helps a great deal, yes. Saves a lot of aggravation. Don't forget, just use the extreme point, Jay.
Yeah.
In real life, you shouldn't need hardly any pressure at all on. The lathe shouldn't move. Okay. Now, I'll make Bob feel at home just for a minute, because this is probably taking him back to when he was a kid or a teenager. I'll make him feel at home now. Now listen, you little dumb bugger. Put it in with a point first, all right? Don't try and cut it halfway up the bloody blade. Use the point. Right. That's my thing for the thing.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
now.
Bloody hell.
Okay, Joe, now using your pencil again.
Yep.
Every second one, start from the end, put a centre line in, all right?
Yep.
Just guess it.
Do they make a pencil that doesn't melt?
Oh, you should never use a wax one.
I'm just using whatever pencil I can get.
Yeah, well,
Felt tip, that'll melt.
no, I find the 2 or the HB is the best pencils. And I very rarely, the only reason I'm using a carpenter's pencil at the moment is because that's all that happened to be lying on the lathe. They generally don't leave a fine enough point.
Yep.
Okay, you got that done?
Yes.
Rightio. Now, same as yesterday, come a third of the way out towards the edge. So you end up with another line there and there.
Yep.
Right. Now, just switch off for a minute.
All right, I'll catch us later.
Yeah. Be a man, don't be a sook.
I'll just leave it on and I'll go. See you.
Now, the chisel comes in at right angles to the work, all right?
Yep.
Like that. You're going to be using the short point right down in here.
Uh-huh.
And the angle is like that, basically. So you can bring it down. Now you tilt it up a little bit. I'll go back onto the back camera now. You tilt it up so that you just take off this corner here. So just take that corner off like that.
Yep.
Then come back to your third line, and all you do is you have it anchored down to the tool rest really tight, and you just turn the tool over. You just roll it over like that.
Okay.
Now, the angle doesn't change. You keep it at right angles and you just roll it over itself. On the other side, exactly the same. Just take this corner out a bit to get rid of some waste. Back onto that third line and just roll it over.
Right.
Okay, it doesn't alter the angle down. I'll just put it on the overhead camera again.
So if I get it too close to the headstock end, is it going to grab into that wood?
Well, it shouldn't.
All right.
But now just watch the angle here. It doesn't change, all right? It just goes over like that.
Yep.
So it's twisting on the handle, and you can help it with your thumb and forefinger here on the rest if you like. But you should be able to do it just with your hand on the handle, okay? Now that is one way of doing a bead. So just get one done like that for a minute.
Yep.
No, you're getting the chisel off at an angle.
Do I raise the tool rest or?
Well, you can raise the tool rest a little bit if you like, yes.
It just feels like I'm like down here somewhere. Or...
But the chisel, the whole blade and the handle should be at right angles to the timber. Not off on an angle anywhere. So move your body out of the way. Like that. It doesn't move around at all, Joe. It stays perfectly straight. Just put it on the overhead. Just put me on again for a second.
You want mine on the overhead too, or after?
No, yeah, all right. Right. Now, see how that chisel's straight at right angles to the work?
Yeah.
And it just rolls over that way like that. And in fact, you can do it with one hand when you get used to it.
Oh.
But you must keep it at right angles.
Yeah.
Right. Put yourself back on again.
I think.
Right, just practice it without starting the lathe on.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
Yep. That's it. That's exactly right, Joe. You just take that corner out first, and then you have to lift the edge up. Just take that corner out. No, don't hold the chisel flat on the rest. Just use the corner of it. That's it. Now that was a perfect cut. See that little ringlet that came off?
Yeah.
That is the way it should come off. Right. Now put it on there. Come back to your third mark. Tilt your chisel up so your long point's out of the way. Start your cut and then roll the chisel over. Just roll it straight over. Twist the handle. Don't move it.
Yeah.
You're pulling it with your right hand.
It got a bit jumpy, so I jerked it.
No, you're digging it into the one spot. You're not allowing it to roll over. It's just roll over the blade.
Just take that bit off there.
No, you end up with a straight line, haven't you?
Yeah, I think I might have to give my
Right, give it a file. It's got to be smooth.
Yeah. All right, talk amongst yourself.
Well, you need a big flat file.
Yeah. Number 2 bastard's the best one.
Yeah.
Ah, you listened. You don't wipe it with your fingers. Good boy.
Yeah, you only have to, if you're normal, get splinters in it once.
Yeah, I
on your
don't like
fingers.
metal shards.
No, they're hard to get out. Although splinters easier than metal's easier than aluminium or brass, I tell you. They can use a magnet to pull metal ones out.
Shouldn't you be drawing that instead of
Yeah,
sawing it?
yeah.
You need to draw it across it.
Yeah, slide it the full length like that. At 45 degrees, Joe. That's better. Good. I was kind of hoping you'd wake up to it, Bob. That was the way I actually showed him.
I got half of it right. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the cast iron one that comes with the Powermatic, and yeah, I don't know, I've gone over it so many times. But being cast iron, you get a catch, you get a nick.
Yeah. Oh, we use mild steel ones here, and they get nicks in them, and even our big ones are just ordinary steel. And occasionally I've got to get the belt grinder out and the sanding disc on the angle grinder and run down them. But it can be handy sometimes if you're parting in a certain place to get a size. It just keeps a little notch there for you.
Yeah.
Do they actually make any that don't nick?
Oh yeah,
stainless steel.
Yeah, they put hardened drill rod in there on some of them. But I would rather, to be quite honest, I'd rather nick the tool rest than the tool. Now, that's a better action, Jay. That's the way it should be. But I think you've gone too far with that one to be able to get it back.
Yeah.
Right? Go up to the second next. I'll do the other side of that one first.
All right.
Now, this is where you will probably have a little bit of trouble. You can do one side easier than the other. Don't forget to take your corner out.
Yep, just did that. Do you want the overhead camera?
Yeah, that'll be easier, I think. That one's a bit far away.
I can move that one in. This one doesn't get glare, but the other one does.
Yeah, right. We'll move that one in a bit.
I'll do that then. All right, that works better. So that's the difference. I paid $80 for this one you're looking through now, and I paid $25 for the one that gets glary.
Right, just move it along a little bit. That's good. Rightio. No, you're sliding along the rest. Don't slide it, just quickly. You're halfway there.
At least
Sorry?
it's got more of a curve. At least it's got more of a curve than the other side.
Yeah, right. Now, you didn't mark out. You marked out every one of them, not every second one. Move up to the second one up.
All right.
And do the same again. Now get your chisel at right angles to the work. Right, that's the right action. Now come back to the third line.
It's too straight.
slide your chisel back so that it just starts raising the cut. Oh, that's looking better, right? Other side of that one now. No, do that side again. Just take a fraction more out. Move towards your centre line a bit. Just roll it over, roll it over, roll it. No, don't go back to the start of the cut. Carry the cut through.
Yeah, oh shit.
Yeah, they're getting better. Right.
Well, it's official. I do left side's better than the right side.
What do you mean wrong way, Yarpy? Right, move it to the second one up again. Get your chisel around at right angles.
Yeah.
You're still trying to pull it with your hand on the rest, and you don't need to. Lift your handle at the same time, Jay.
And it's just digging in.
You got to lift and twist. Right. How's that one look?
Terrible.
Right. Come back to the centre line and go just off the centre line and roll it around again.
It's like I've got a tiny little lip in there.
You don't. I'm not worried about that at the moment.
All right.
I'm trying to get the curve in the side. All right. You're actually starting with the chisel a bit too straight up and down. Okay, g'day Wayne, how are you?
Hey, Wayne.
Right,
There you go,
how's that looking now? That doesn't look too bad from here.
Yeah, it's all right.
All right, right. Second one up again.
No.
I never worry about trying to get a curve on that one. I'll just take a chamfer off it.
Yeah.
Twist and lift, that's it. Twist and lift. You've got to keep aiming the point towards the centre of the timber. The only way to do that is to lift the handle. All right, just have a break for a couple of seconds so you can calm down.
No, I'm all right. I'm all right today.
Good. They're looking pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Those are good looking beads.
Yeah, they're beads. Now, what you got to remember, Jay, is that there's only three cuts in turning.
Yeah.
That's skew practice, beads and coves, Wayne. He's been trying to run before he can walk or crawl.
So I'm being penalised for it, Wayne.
Yeah. So you've got a straight line, a lump or a bump, right? So you've got straight line, a bead or a cove. In fact, it's only one thing in turning. It's a straight line that just happens to have curves in it. Okay, so, right. Yeah, see you later, Yarpy. Rightio,
Yeah,
now. I'll show you another way to do them. This is the way we do them.
We like your company. We like Australians. We like Southern Australians.
Oh, what's going on in the conversation here?
I don't know. All right. Now, we actually turn them the same as a planing cut by coming up into here, right up halfway along. And we start there and cut across. The thing is that we've got to...
Where am I now?
Sorry, that was Amber. I'll mute my microphone.
Right, she gone now?
No, I muted my microphone.
Yeah, I'm just making sure you're concentrating.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm here.
Rightio. Okay. Now, you can angle a chisel across. See how I've got on a bit of an angle like this? So this is about 45 degrees across here. And you start the cut in the centre. What you've got to watch is this short point down here doesn't get caught in against the next bit there. So I'll just zoom the camera in a little bit. So as you come over, the chisel ends up standing straight up and down.
Yep.
It's completely vertical, all right? Now, normally I would do the other side with my right hand, but I'll do it with my left hand for you. And see how it's nearly straight in there like that, so that it gets down into the little groove at the bottom. Now this, if you don't get a catch, I'll be very surprised, all right?
Oh.
So don't get annoyed with yourself if you get a catch. Just take the chisel out of the way, examine why you got a catch, and then see if you can work it out, all right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I reckon beads and coves are great fun too, Wayne. But nobody seems to want to learn them these days.
Is that nobody referring to me or what?
No.
No, it's universal.
All people want to do is turn bowls. And bowls, you can stand on your head with one arm tied behind your back and turn a bowl.
Yeah, that gets boring after a while, doesn't it?
Now you've got to be aware of where you're cutting, Joe, or you'll slice it straight off. You got too much of an angle on the chisel, probably. Just bring it back towards your body a bit. No, too far. They're about there. That's it. Now roll it over. No, you're getting the chisel down too flat. Oh, he hasn't got my bill yet, Wayne. Wayne said, I hope you appreciate how lucky you are to get this sort of training.
Yeah. Yeah.
He does, Wayne. He does appreciate it, trust me.
So do I.
Amber said to tell you to check in the mail next week, all right, Robbo?
Yeah. I've heard that before.
I'm going to run into that one.
No, you shouldn't. This is... Oh, that's looking pretty good, Jay, I'll tell you.
It's looking brilliant, man. It's great.
And then
Right,
killed
don't go back and do it again, because you will make a mistake.
I killed it already.
All right, just move on to the next one. The object of the lesson is to keep that centre line always visible, all right? Don't take it off. Now, you've got to bring your handle around towards your body so that you maintain bevel contact down the curve, all right? Remember I said a while ago it's like Beethoven, there's 3 movements.
Pick that one up.
You got a straight line there now.
Yeah, I know.
Make sure you get the chisel straight up and down when you finish the cut. That's all right, leave that one alone. Okay, right, move up to the last one. The action wasn't bad there, Joe. That's good. Right, now do the other side of it now. That one's looking pretty good. Now, you don't worry about that. Hey, just put me back on the camera again for a second. You don't worry about that little flat here, all right? In fact, it's best to leave that on because, as I said to you yesterday, a sphere or a circle is almost flat across the axis of it, and it disappears just it just disappears by doing this. You just sand off the corners. Et voila, all gone.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Now, while leave me on here, what you're going to do now is get your spindle gouge, and on each of these, you're going to put a cove. Now remember that with doing a cove, you start with a chisel either straight up and down like that with the flute completely shut. I'll get the bigger gouge so you can see it. You start like that, or you can start at about 20 or 30 degrees here, start the cut in there, and you've got to twist it around, but you don't start cutting uphill. So you cut down just past the centre and line them up. And the handle moves across and lifts up at the same time. So you're twisting the handle to get it like that. It should nearly end up flat on its back. And you start with it this way. And it's moving across, up, and twist. This is Beethoven's fifth. Rightio.
I used to like Beethoven. I'm starting to not like him anymore.
Sorry, what was that?
I said I used to like Beethoven. I'm starting to not like him anymore. Now I'm going to dick up. I know I'm going to stuff up the first couple because the angles is what trips me up.
Yes, I know. No, you're going the wrong way, Jay.
See, I made two in one.
No, I want a cove in the middle of every one of those beads. No, now you're cutting uphill.
Yeah.
No, you're still going to cut uphill. Come back to the right-hand side, the tailstock side.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
No, we'll turn the flute the other way. Right. The flute always points in the direction you're moving.
Yeah.
Except on a roughing gouge.
Just get out and go this way.
No, well, no,
that
you
way.
can't because you're cutting uphill. So start from that edge and take that centre bit out.
There you go.
Right, stop. Now come in from the other side and do another cut down. Face the flute the way. No,
There you
you go. Right. G'day, Sid. Sid's backstage, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, stop there.
Yep,
Now, let Sid in.
I am.
G'day all.
Hang on
Hey,
a second.
Ted, how you going?
Good, good. Lovely sunny day here. What's it like over there, Robbo?
Wet and cold.
You got some good stuff coming then.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, they are good. That's about all pen blanks are good for as far as I'm concerned, Wayne. Making finials out of, I must admit. Rightio, Jay. Now, you've got the curve in that pretty right. All you got to do is just move it towards the tailstock end a little bit, and you can have it. No, don't do that one. That one's right. Turn the chisel over. Right.
Wasn't that cutting uphill 5 minutes ago?
No, you're cutting downhill. But you're working in towards the centre. Right. Okay, move on to the next one now. Right, stop. Stop. Come down the other side again now to get the curve into it.
Yeah.
Right, move to the next one. Just wait a second, Joe. Just put me back on camera again for a second.
Can't see that far down.
All right, wait on.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
You know that live you did, or it might be a couple of weeks ago now, where you were doing the Christmas tree with the skew?
Yeah.
Did you put that up?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Why? Isn't it there?
Okay, I was looking for it the other day. I couldn't find it. So.
Right. What you're trying to do, Jay, is start right out here, right?
Yeah.
Make a cut right at the top just to get rid of some waste.
All right.
And then come out and then go down, all right?
All right.
Because trying to cut right into a bead is trying to get too much stuff out of the way.
All right.
Rightio.
Looking very relaxed there, Dr. Bob.
Yep.
Where's intently concentrating?
That's it, Jay. Good. Now come out to there. Whoa. That's it. That's not bad, right? Move on to the next one. No, that's scraping. Right, stop. Now, as soon as the chisel starts bogging down, get rid of some waste out of the other side. Late lunch for you, is it, Sid?
Yeah, it is. I'm probably nearly going to knock off in about half an hour, Sean. An early start as well.
Don't forget to twist the chisel or you won't get a curve in it. That's better. Good, right, do the last one. Whoa, you stuffed that one. Right. Get your roughing gouge and take it down to a cylinder again, close enough.
You are? Put him to bed.
Yeah, don't take too much off, Jay. That'll do. Right out. Mark it out of 20 mil centres again.
Yeah, that's all done. Oh, hang on. I haven't put the actual lines in as such, but
Yeah, put your V-cuts in. Just drop your handle a little bit, Jay. Right. That's better. Keep trying to lift your handle up all the time. And poor old chisel has to struggle to cut. Did Amber bring me out a cup of tea or not?
no, I'm still waiting for it. Rude, eh?
It is.
Bloody hell. She's slipping in her hospitality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Righty-o, Jay. Same as before. Same as before. Centre line.
Yeah.
and then a third of the way out.
Whoops. That's a shit one.
Right, put me on camera again.
Oh, it's getting warm here today.
It's bloody freezing here. It's still only 13 degrees in the workshop. Right, now what you're going to do is beads with the gouge, all right? So just start at one end. Now, see the angle of the chisel here? And see the way it's rotating around?
Yep.
And it swings a little bit to the side as well. Then back the other way. Notice it starts flat on its back this time. And it ends up with the flute completely shut. Okay?
Yeah.
Rightio, away you go. While you're doing that, I'm going to make a cup of tea.
Sure.
Remember, start with the flute.
As Amber didn't get you one.
No. Start with the flute completely open, and it should be shut when you get there. And again, it's 3 movements.
That's rude, isn't it, Wayne, having to go back to work?
No, you're not swinging the handle around, Jay, and you'll end up with a straight line. That's all you'll get. Yeah, you've got to swing it that way. That's it, like that. Now, here you go away from you. That's getting better. Rightio. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. See you later, Wayne. Thanks for dropping in.
See you, Wayne. Do they have to widen the door frames for that name, Sid?
It was funny. Someone called me that this morning, so I thought I'd plug it in there as a nickname. I haven't got my underpants on the outside though.
Oh, then you're lying about it then.
Yep, just a wannabe.
Sorry? was a straightie. Whoops. Don't wanna show them in a sec?
Oh, I don't care.
Hello, Amber. You know you upset Robbo.
Yep, I know.
You did. You didn't make him a cup of tea. He's very upset.
That's what his wife's for.
Oh. That's just me.
I like burning on this.
Told you would, didn't I?
It's really easy. It's so much better than before.
Yes. Are you convinced now?
Yep.
I'll
Just
show you something that Amber's been working on today.
Holy cow. Amber, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, nice.
Really good.
Yeah. Something different.
Like Robo when he's mad at you.
Yes,
Wow.
it is actually. Yes.
Pretty much what Robert said too.
Yeah. The teeth and everything. It just needs flames coming out the ears.
Robbo said that's what he looks like in the morning.
Yeah,
With
pretty
the
much.
red eyes.
Just leave that.
That'd be funny if it wasn't true.
Well, you know,
I've
when
seen him
we
come
go
out of his
to the
camper
barber,
van here
though.
in Kingston.
Oh, two people at once.
Sorry, Sid, go ahead.
I said I've seen him come out of his camper van at the TNSA here in Kingston, and it wasn't much different to what he looked like. And that was before he had his hair long like this.
Naughty.
He gets a lot better after his first cuppa, but before the first cuppa, it's a bit ordinary.
Yeah. Doesn't change much from that picture that I just showed you, but
The demeanour does. The visible look doesn't.
are you listening, Robbo, or what?
I hope not.
I don't care. I'm waiting for him to come in so I can say it again.
Yeah, he's closer to you, closer to me than he is to you.
Yeah, that's all right. What is it time?
It's about quarter to 3 your time.
Oh, he is
Right.
listening.
That's funny.
Right. Dear. I gotta go, guys.
We'll go back and watch it later anyway, so don't worry
No,
about it.
I got someone coming. I'll send you flick your message if I can't find that Christmas tree one, Jay. I'll have another look later.
All right.
No worries. See ya.
Bye.
See you, Sid.
All right.
See you, Robbo. See you, Blair.
Have a good
See you,
day.
Dr. Bob.
See you later, Sid.
We still got coffee. Robbo, I've got something to show you.
Yes. Oh, that what Amber's been doing.
Yeah, she burnt that just then.
Oh, geez, it even looks like the picture. She's going well.
Yeah. Yep, going pretty
No,
good.
that looks fantastic.
Does it just need flames coming out the ears and eyes and nose to be you?
Only when I'm teaching you.
Can I say FFS?
No.
Yeah.
I've found the hardest part with pyrography is to get the shading right because
Yes.
it's all pressure on the iron.
Yeah,
All
she's only working with a soldering iron. She doesn't even have the proper pyro pen or anything.
Oh, you'd love my pyrographer. I'll tell you, it can burn a hole through timber.
Oh, we don't give
Christmas is coming.
we don't give that to Amber. No.
Not that I do a great deal of it. In fact, I don't do very much at all. But all right, Now take that bit of timber out and put another piece in and take it down to round. That's good, Jay.
I was waiting for
from
it.
my angle,
I'm thinking he didn't even look at it. He just wants me to take it out. How rude.
no, I saw it.
Well, it's a compliment. He didn't have to come up with some criticism.
Yeah, good point. Yes.
Now you got some firewood for a little marshmallow roast.
Yeah. I'll chuck it in. I've got a charcoal grill. We'll just leave the top off that and have a bonfire in that. I just got to chop a bit off.
Yeah. That's the thing that surprises me with the AAW, Bob, is that nowhere in their training thingos do they mention the skew for doing skew work. It's all done with gouges or parting tools.
Well, I don't know. I've seen, if you're a member on the website, they have a lot of books that talk about fundamentals, because I've had to teach fundamentals, and they have books just on doing it.
I thought you didn't like rap and hip hop.
I don't.
But you said you like the fundamentals. That's a good group, that.
Oh. No.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I am a member of the AAW, Bob.
Yeah. Yeah, I was for years and years, and then when I had my pension cut, then that was one of the things I had to give up if I wanted to do the online meetings with people. But our club, if you have 100% club, we end up people having the membership as built in their club dues.
Yeah.
And so far I have been really blessed for the past 15 years or so, is when it comes time to check my dues so I know to pay them, they're already prepaid. And I don't know who or whom or how many have done that, but they do it for about 3 of us that were Vietnam vets, and we have 1 Korean vet. And when you question the treasurer, he knows nothing.
No, of course not. We had when I belonged to a club, we had 2 they went on to become very, very good turners, and we used to subsidise their membership because they were flat broke. They were living on it. I gave them a lot of tools and stuff as well. So, but they were. You got to do something sometimes to pay people back.
Yeah.
You know, Jay, the end of that centre is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen, because you hit it with a steel hammer. Yeah, I know you're using that net after I yelled at you.
Well, you had to make it first. Yeah, tomorrow, if you want, the reminder is AWGB if you wanted to kick and sit in on it.
No, yeah, I don't know that I'll get to that one, But the one on coffee turning, I'm definitely going to have a look at on the 16th.
Yeah, I have to apologise for that. I plumb forgot about it. Huh?
Well, so far I don't think we've had a person come in from down under. Actually, don't think we've had any from south of the equator. We got some from Alaska. We've had that attend regularly. West Coast U.S., Quebec, in Canada.
After having me in there, they mightn't want any more Australians.
Come on, Rob.
The idea is we want diversity because that's where ideas come up that we can take back to our clubs.
Oh, that's right.
Oh. I'll put a copyright on everything, sorry.
Right, take it down to round. Stop chatting, get on with it. That's it, Blair, you got it right.
Crack that whip. You know, the sad thing is I don't think I'm gonna do anything with my club for the next little bit. I'm actually learning more stuff with the people that are over in England and you guys, and I hate to say it, they're just boring. They don't. It's almost like it's an imposition to give out information. They've
become a social club, Blair. That's the problem. Like a lot of clubs do, they go there for a cup of tea and a chat.
Well, that's the thing, though, is they don't even chat.
Oh, right.
It's just, you know, I don't know. It's just they're not as likable as a lot of other people, and you know, willing to do the help and share ideas and stuff like that. It's just kind of a look at me.
Yeah.
Is it an age difference also?
There is an age difference. I know that probably the general age in my club or the club that I was going to is probably like in its upper 60s and 70s.
That's about normal, unfortunately.
That's normal in most clubs, yeah.
That's why we've been pushing to get young people. In our club, we push it. They say our youngest member is 13.
Oh, that's cool.
Second youngest is done demonstrations
to
the club and makes money at wood turning, and he started at 12.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. A lot of our clubs in Victoria here and Australia generally won't allow anybody under 15, and that's where they're totally wrong. Like, I had an argument with a club a little while ago. They said, "Oh, we can't seem to obtain any members." They were down to 18 members, and I said, "Well, part of the reason is that you open at the wrong times." And they said, "Well, why? What do you mean?" I said, "Well, you open during the day, during the week." I said, "It's all right for all you old retired farts." I said, "But anybody working can't come." I said, "Why don't you open over weekend?" And he said, "Oh, well, you know," anyway, a couple of blokes put up their hand and said, "Well, I'm willing to be the club supervisor and we'll do a Saturday afternoon." In the first 2 weeks, they gained 25 new members.
Yep.
Because people could get there.
And see, what I'd like to see happen here is to have, you know, some folks like Robbo, you know, do a tour of the high schools and maybe an hour demonstration saying, hey, you know what, this is a lot of fun. This is what you guys can be doing. This is an art outlet for you. I don't think that happens at all in the high schools.
Well, some of the clubs here do. They do lessons during the school holidays. Certain people. The criteria is that their parents have to be there as well. We have a little bit of a trouble. We're getting more and more like America with our bloody litigation laws. That's the problem. And insurance companies are, well, every club blames insurance companies for half the rules they put on. Common sense seems to have gone out the window. But the other thing is, too, a lot of things can't happen in America. It sounds funny. I had Mahoney here, John Mahoney, is it?
Mike.
Bob?
Mike
Mahoney.
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah, well, he called into the workshop when he was here in Australia because he'd never seen a lathe that was 40 feet long. And I won't use his words, but all he could do was stand in the doorway for 5 minutes and say, holy, holy, holy.
Yeah.
And anyway, we had a good chat, and he'd been at one of our turnarounds, which is a gathering of just wood turners in a big gymnasium with lathes and doing their own thing. If you've seen some of my videos, you'll see what I mean. It's just a group of blokes, or women, all doing their own thing. It's an accommodated weekend with food and everything supplied. And he said you couldn't do that in America. He said, like, he couldn't get over the fact that we just left everything of a night time and went to bed. And he said in America you wouldn't have anything left in the morning. It'd all be gone. And I found that astounding.
Sad but true.
Right, now, Joe, mark that out just for the length of your tool rest. We're going to call it a day in a minute. For the length of your tool rest, mark it out at 20 mil centres, all right?
Yeah. In our club, we have, we're in a fine arts center, a private one that's, they've made it public, but it has its own board of directors and all, and it's an antique building, 140 years old. So it's been a lot of things in its history, and now we have our meetings there. It's an art gallery. They have made it so they have the ceramics in the basement, a complete shop with the kilns. I think they got 4. I know I helped put the last one in that was donated to them from an estate. And they're not little ones. It's big 3-phase, 440 kiln. And we get around to the schools, but the insurance is the biggest thing that the schools have, the liability. They're becoming very litigious. Though the biggest expense in industrial arts, as they call it, wood shop's part of it, is the liability insurance due to the table saw.
Yep.
So the saw stop has made a big change. The industrial arts departments are starting to open up now, and that a couple of companies have come out with prototype retrofits to do the same thing on bandsaws. To be able to stop them instantly. I forget the company, it's a European company, but they put a disc brake on the bottom from an auto.
Yep.
And then they have the same thing that it clamps down instantly on the disc brake.
Move the tool rest out, Jay. Move the tool rest toward the end. No, toward the end. Toward the end.
But if
good day, Mike. How are you?
If you two would like to show up, I can get out. Just text me, and I'll send you invitations to our online meetings and our online workshops.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think you actually sent me one.
Yeah.
All right, now, Jay, as soon as I can find my pencil again, here it is. Right, just put me on camera for a minute.
How you going, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
Right, this is where you are at the moment, Jay. Now, I told you that my instructor that taught me wood turning,
Yeah.
36 hours I did nothing but beads and coves. And I said to him,
Yeah.
I said, when can I stop doing beads and coves? And he said, right, there's 2 tests for you. And I said, okay. He said, I want you to mark out a thing like that. And what you've got to do is you've got to leave half the pencil line in doing a cove. So you end up like that, with half the pencil line left on the edge.
Yep.
Okay? He said, the next thing you've got to do is once you've got the tool positioned, you've got to do a cove without looking at it. So now you'll have to use your imagination there, but I'm not looking at the timber. Except to start the cut. When I did that, he said, now you can start making things. The other thing that he said is that you had to mark it out with a pencil. So me being a smart ass said, okay, and I got a carpenter's pencil with a chisel thing on it. I made a mark about that big.
Yeah, that's normal.
So I will leave out the expletives because he was a Yorkshireman with no sense of humour. But he slapped me up. He slapped me up the back of the head. You effing well want to effing well learn to effing well turn, because if you effing well just effing well wasting my bloody time, you're going to F off. And I went, whoa, you know. So I thought, geez, this isn't very good. But I was teaching him metal work. That was the deal. For 3 nights per week, I would go across and learn wood turning. 2 nights he would come across to my place and learn metal turning because I had a big machine shop. The next week, he would do three nights of metal work and I would do 2 nights of wood turning. So about 2 weeks later, we're in my shed at the metalwork place, and he set up the tool post. Now, I don't know if you know about metal lathes, but they've got a compound rest on it, and he's got the tools sticking out. And this is a piece of metal. This is your compound rest. He's got the tools sitting out there like this, well past the thing. And I'm standing at the end of the load, and I thought this is going to be good if he keeps going. Anyway, he just switched it on. It went in there, smashed the tool piece, didn't do any other work, damage to things, but dislodged the piece of metal in the chuck. So I slapped him up the back of the head, and I said exactly the same thing. We spent the next 10 minutes laughing our asses off. So after that, we had a good time. So I got my own back eventually. All right. Now, that's what you're going to do now, Jay. You're going to cut that pencil line in half, all right?
All right, so I'll just make it a bit fatter then.
No, you won't. Right. Put it back on.
You didn't see that, did you?
I
We
heard it.
heard it.
I don't care. I don't care.
What we can do is we can get you a TENS unit, and next time you see Jay, you can have it implanted, and then you can remote control it from your end.
Yeah.
Boy.
Hit the button and zap them.
Like one of those dog collars.
Yep.
Oh, that's just uncalled for.
They're not that powerful. but you know that they're there if you crank them up.
Boy.
And they can be very relaxing. I have one that some days I get cramps in my hands, and I know it's from not drinking enough liquid water. You
Yeah.
know, I'll drink coffee or tea or something. That doesn't count when you're
No, it
dehydrated and
doesn't.
don't know it.
No.
So it's water. But I get cramps where I can't bend my fingers.
I get muscle cramps up my legs sometimes for exactly the same reason.
Got to drink the water.
Joe, you're holding the chisel flat.
I was just
comes in
taking that little bit down.
No, well, look, wait on. Just put it back on again for a minute on me.
Put it on me. Put it on me.
Yeah, I know. It's all about me. It's all about me. 45 degrees on the flute and just cut in the correct place. At the moment, wait until that flag goes.
It's gone.
What you're doing is just sort of poking the tool in and you're scraping. You're not cutting.
Yeah.
So 45 degrees and just work your way down it.
Like scooping it out.
Scooping out some ice cream.
Yep, that's exactly. No, getting the strawberry at the bottom of the jar.
Well, you got my email address, so.
Sorry, what was that, Bob?
I was saying, you guys got my email address. If you want the invitation to our next meetings mailed to you, the email address is easy. It's my logon at Gmail.
Yeah, I will. I'll do that. What day is it on?
They're the third and fourth, the third Saturday or the third Sunday and fourth Saturday. I'm not quite sure this month. We needed, what I was thinking of, I was going to try and talk the wood wizard there, Robo, into being one of our guest demonstrators and talking about his shop. Because nobody has ever seen a commercial shop, because they just don't exist anymore around here.
There's a couple of us. Not many.
Because I know that would be extremely interesting and have a lot of people. The same thing with the AWGB. Even though, you know, the island, the big island, in Europe, they've invented everything, and pretty well have.
Sorry, Bob. Don't forget to twist the tool at the same time, Jay. Just slow down a little bit and get the action right, all right? Sounds like you're half scraping, not cutting.
Now I'm going straight.
Yeah, well, don't forget you've got to twist and move the handle around, all right? Do the chubby checker on it, man, the twist.
Like you did last summer.
Yep. That's better. That was pretty good, that one. There's 3 stages, Jay, in wood turning. Practice gives you confidence, and then confidence gives you speed. So it all boils back to practice, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard that. Just try dropping your handle down a little bit. Good. Now it sounds like you're not tearing out the bottom of it. Oh, by the way, Blair, where do I send the bill to for you?
Hey, Robbo,
Oh, yeah?
I'll have his address in a couple of months.
Okay, good. I'll get it off you.
Sorry, Blair.
It's rather funny, like, here, they can send the mail to the wood turner in Tooradin, which is where I live. And that's all I'll put sometimes, the wood turner Tooradin, and I still get it. Now, that is a good-looking cove, that last one. Not too bad. It's really not quite rounded off, but you're getting there. Now, remember what I said the other day, Jay, about you pinch the chisel between your thumb and your forefinger,
Yeah.
and then you push it against the rest, and that locks it to make the initial cut. That's why you're getting catches.
Yeah, if you watch Cindy, she does it all the time with her tool.
See, when I was taught, we were never taught to put our fingers under the rest at all. The rest was a fence, and that was it. The only time you ever put a hand over the back was if you were parting something right off, or if it was so thin, you had to support the cut behind with your hand.
Yeah, well, that's what she does. Majority of the time when she wraps her hand around it, and she's got that fancy rest that allows the tool be where it needs to be, is right next to the wood.
Yeah.
That rest is $100 almost. I can't afford that.
Yeah, I make my own rests.
Those are looking
I'm
good,
going to be
Jay.
rude and say that.
Yeah, no tear
I'm
off.
going to be rude and say that. I'm going to say that I make spindle turners rests, because most tool rests for most lathes are pattern makers rests. They're made for scraping. They're not made for cutting. Yeah, Jay, that is not bad. You have got sharp edges up against the pencil line, which is what I'm after.
Yep.
And you're getting a curve in them.
Yeah.
Do another 10
All
foot.
right, well, sorry?
Have them do another 10 to 20 foot before tomorrow.
That's all right. Tomorrow we'll
what
start
it comes
getting
down to is confidence.
Yeah. Tomorrow we're going to do a bit of fancy stuff, all right? So that you get an idea of how to do it.
Yep.
If that's all right. If that's all right with you, Joe.
Yeah, I don't mind you planning the day out.
Okay. All right. Well, we've been here 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yep, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning here.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot off too when Robbo goes.
Yeah, well, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh yeah. What time is it where you are, Blair?
Almost 11 o'clock.
Ah, wife not home yet?
Nope, not yet. She should have been home almost 2 hours ago.
Jeez.
Blair, if you want an invitation, email me or connect
What's
with me
your
on
email,
Facebook.
Mike just said you've only got 35 and a half hours to go, Joe.
What was that, Mike? Did you want to get time out?
I won't make him do 36 hours.
You know what you can do with that suggestion, don't you, Mike? Here, I've made you a ripped butt plug. All right, Mike, just for you.
Ooh.
Now. Don't degenerate the text.
Well, Mike, you better leave then.
Hey, Dr. Bob, what is your login for Facebook or what? How can
Facebook's easy. It's Robert Elliott 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see here.
I can tell you an interesting story, actually. Many years ago, two elderly women, like in their 80s, came into the shop. Anyway, I sort of knew them, and I said, "Oh, hello, Mrs. So-and-so." She said, "Oh, look, call me Ethel." So anyway, I said, "All right, what's the problem, Ethel? Look, we've got a friend that's having an 85th birthday in a week, and we want to have something made for her." And I said, "Oh, yes." I said, "What would you like made?" She said, "Well, we'd like to make a thing." And I said, "A thing? What do you mean, a thing?" Anyway, her friend Esther said, "Oh, for goodness sake, Ethel, we want a dildo." And I said, "What?" She said, "I want a wooden dildo." And I said, "Well, how big do you want it?" And she said, "Well, about 3 inches in diameter, about a foot long." And I said, "Yeah, I'll work on that tomorrow, Mike." So anyway, I said, "Yes, all right." So she said, "Well, can we pick it up on Thursday night? The party's on Friday. There was a very popular hotel for parties and things called the Lindenau Hotel, about 60 or 70 kilometres away." Anyway, she said, "We're having the party at the Lindenau on Friday, tomorrow, on Friday." I said, "Okay." So they come and pick up this dildo, and they're very impressed with it. They thought this was pretty good, you know. Good morning, Stace. So anyway, comes the event. About a week later, Esther and Thingo come back into the shop. And I said, "How'd the party go?" She said, Oh. She said, "The place was absolutely packed." She said, "There was over 200 people there. We weren't the only group." She said, "There was about 5 or 6 different groups there. And we gave her the present, and we insisted that she open it there." And of course, you know what happens in any public venue when there's a party going on and when presents are handed out, everybody stops and has a look. So there's 400 eyes looking at this poor woman. She unpackages it and holds it up, and there's absolute silence in the place. And Ethel thought, oh, God, we've done it now, you know. Anyway, the woman concerned said, I'm absolutely ashamed of you girls. She said, you know damn well that that's not big enough.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes, we've had some interesting jobs over the years.
How you going, Stace? That was kind of a bit bad timing for you, but how you going?
Hey, Stace. Bob, I am not finding you.
I'll
Robert-
send you a link.
Robert
send you a link.
Elliott, Elliott.
I'm
two.
gonna see. Hold on.
2 L's,
Robert
2 T's.
Elliott. Yeah.
It's very British.
There you are.
That shows how long I've had an account on Facebook. Because there's like 80 or 90 Robert Elliott's.
I'll get him to do Deeper Coves tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't give away his secrets, Mike.
But I'll send you an invite to the AWDG, the European group, tomorrow, so you can attend it in the afternoon. Eastern time, it's like 2 o'clock. Yeah, it starts at 2 with BS. We continue about 2:15. It starts officially. And that's all the Brits.
Hmm.
And it's not that. We got Canadians. We've got, to be politically correct, in Canada, we got the Quebecs. Or Quebecians.
I think you sent me a link to that one already, Dr. Bob.
Yes.
Yes, he has.
Yep.
I've got one as well.
I don't mind attending, but I'll just attend as a silent guest.
Yeah.
Sitting in the background, twiddling my thumbs, you know. I'd like to attend, but just watch. Just watch.
You like to lurk.
Yeah, no one needs to see this any more than they have to.
I agree.
Oi.
Yeah.
At least your hair's,
Well, we've
at least your
got
hair's
some
growing
new,
back again, Joe.
Nah, I need to have another fight with the lawnmower.
I thought you got in a fight with a blowtorch.
Oh, that was ages ago. That was years ago.
All right, fellas.
I'll get you guys taken care of. I got to get to sleep. It's 1 o'clock here almost.
Yeah.
All right.
1 minute,
Thanks,
2 minutes to go, Bob.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, Bob.
Have a
You guys
good
have a good day. Good night, Bob.
Good night, Blair. Good night, Stace. Good night, Mike.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night from
Stacey.
him.
I'm going too. And the other 2 lurkers that are in the background on YouTube that haven't said anything. All right. See you later. Sorry, Stace. I'm only doing a 2-hour one today, and it's 2 hours and 9 minutes. So get out of here. Go on. All right, take it easy, peoples.
No, you're gonna hit the button, Jay.
Yes. See you